So the first thing I'm going to ask you is how we met. If you want to give us a quick introduction to that.
We met through a friend of mine called Glenn Thexton, fellow practitioner, who'd set up a support network for lawyers who've had the same similar things happen to them.
Lawyers who had been improperly touched by outcasts. No, I'm kidding. Not physically, at least.
No.
Thankfully. But yeah. So Glenn reached out to Peter Ansel after he saw things that we had been publishing online about the Victorian Legal Services Board in IBAC. And yeah, as you said, he had collected effectively a small database of contracts from the legal community that have had some grievances against the manner in which the Legal Services Board has deprived them of their livelihood. And yours was the first name on this list, and we'll get to the reasons why in a moment, but I've spoken with a few people after that, and what strikes me is that there's obviously a utility in people with a common abuser, in this case a group of abusers, to support each other and corroborate each other's evidence and generally raise awareness of the matter. But though everybody seems to have at least some awareness of the rampant corruption within the Legal Services Board, you don't see many lawyers talk about it very openly.
That's correct.
Why do you think that is?
Lawyers are very scared because I even had issues finding lawyers that would defend me, and even lawyers that I've known for decades have said to me, we are not going to be involved in assisting you because they will target us next. We'll be under their radar. So therefore there's a common narrative here out there with the lawyers that they won't be involved. Everyone knows that this corruption is going on. They've seen what I've gone through and heard what I've gone through for 13 years with their harassment and behaviour towards me. And I've found it so difficult to even find legal representation because, as they say, you have to seek legal representation. It is so challenging when it's so personal against you. But you've left out on a limb.
Why do you think they're able to do this? I mean, the courts apparently work. They definitely can get applications listed at the drop of a hat. So why do you think other people have a problem? Why do you think lawyers would be scared?
Because they're the regulatory authority. They have a lot of money and a lot of power. They can come in and do an audit and then put a practitioner under scrutiny, i.e., for example, trust account audits. They can come in at any time and do a trust account audit, and then you need to give them space. Your firm is put into limbo to some extent because they're asking for files, your staff having to assist them. Business doesn't go on normally. Depending on what size firm you are, your conference room in my case was taken over by them for days. So we had to cancel appointments, shuffle staff around to assist them. Then there's the verifications of the questions that come back afterwards. This, that, and ever. So there's a I would call it a pain element that they put on practitioners to find something on them. This is separate from anyone complaining to them. That's another issue. In my case, they would take any complaint on and generate it into a larger onerous complaint to tie me over and to make me have additional staff to put on payroll to answer their queries solely, and would be a drain on me financially, mentally, and on my practice in general. And that is why practitioners, especially sole practitioners like myself, are under so much stress.
Okay, so you can say this now, and what you're saying I can understand. Why can't people say this before a judge and get the sort of relief or access to protection that would stop them from behaving that way?
Because the Public Purpose Fund is for legal education, it is for judges, courses, etc. And that's where judges get their funds from to undertake these courses, etc. So when people go in front of the courts, for example, it's very hard for them to get a normal hearing. It's like the legal board will come in with their King's Counsels or Queen's Counsels, very high-powered barristers, and will try and shut them down with allegations of not a fit and proper person, or throwaway lines like that to damage the reputation. They will try and get media attention to play the narrative through the media to damage them, like it's happened to me. I found that through practitioners and people I don't know who know practitioners that my name has been irreparably damaged out there by this legal board, even though I've done nothing wrong. I've been a model lawyer. I've worked tirelessly on the referral service, doing at least 20 to 30 hours a week referral service with a Law Institute referral service, which I paid for those 21 years, 22 years as a practitioner.